This is a video about organizing a guest lecture. First, choose the domain of the lecture, whether you want it to be related to your own subject or a window into something new, or just an expert view of your own industry. Once that is set, try and contact the experts through personal connections or by looking up at interesting profiles on sites such as LinkedIn. Send emails to the experts introducing yourself and your organization. Include details about why you are planning the guest lecture and how the person's experience is valuable to you. Make sure you give your contact details. Next step, patiently wait. Once you get a reply, half the job is done. Discuss and set a date for the lecture. Also inform the expert whether or not you are ready to bear the travel expenses. Information about the honorarium to be presented can be given if asked. Now, make a poster to get the word out. Make sure it includes the date, time and venue and your contact details. Put up the posters in common gathering areas where everybody can see them. Social media can be used to create events. People who are interested will RSVP. The next step to do is to choose a hall depending on the number of people that could potentially attend the lecture. Make sure the hall has necessary facilities such as projectors, mic, and internet connectivity. The rest of the video is that of a guest lecture that I organized. The lecture was organized under the Professional Practice Initiative. As a software engineering student, I requested Mr. Prashant Kulkarni to come and deliver a lecture on the software industry's need for program management and the common practices followed. But due to the constraints, I could not upload the entire video. However, the presentation material used by him and a brief summary of the talk can be found in the link below in the video's description.
न चोरहार्यं न च राजहार्यं न भ्रातृव्राज्यं न च भारहारी व्यये कृते वर्धता एव नित्यं विद्याधनं सर्वधनं प्रदा. It cannot be stolen by thieves. A king cannot take it away from you. It cannot be split between your brothers. It is not something that you carry as a burden. It is that which increases the more you give. What is it? It is knowledge. Kintu Hatam dhyanam kriyahinam hatam nirnayakam pragnyam. A knowledge goes to waste, is destroyed when not put in practice. Just like a commander-led army it always loses a battle. Good morning to everybody present here and a warm welcome, and thank you all for taking out the time to be here. Today we are taking a first approach towards practicing in a professional way. We have heard terms like project scheduling, risk management, change management, time and again over the course of PE and MTech as well. But how do we actually do this? Can we actually make this happen? If it all happens in our mind, how can we communicate it to others? How is the industry following these practices over time? And that too, our industry is a young industry, and so we need to better our practices with every day. To bridge the gap between college and the industry, today we have with us Mr. Prashant Kulkarni. Mr. Prashant Kulkarni is an apt person to be here and to be telling us how to bridge the gap, because his illustrious career has given him a lot of experience. He is from a humble background and he did his schooling from Ramakrishna Vidyalaya in Andhra Pradesh. Then he continued his engineering in mechanical from Vijayanagar Engineering College in Bellary. He also has a master's degree from Government Tool Room from Mysore. He also has an MSc in Manufacturing Systems Engineering from the University of Warwick, UK. He started his career in a small tool room in a mid-sized Tier 1 company. And today he is the program manager of an MSc. What is
with understanding what is a project. So what's a project? What do you think is a project? How important the speed to market is and how critical managing all the activities involved in development of the given product and bringing it to the market at the given time is how critical it is to the performance of an organization. This is where the project management or the program management finds its critical place in an organization. He is the one or she is the one who makes this happen. Okay? So just to conclude, it is the demands from the fast pace of change in technology in every field that's driving the need for program management. It is the competitive need for speed. It is fast, I have to be faster, I have to be the fastest. That competition between two competitors is driving it. It works for sure. That's another thing the companies have found, the project management and program management works. And there are no alternatives to this. So that's why this is finding its place. Just two more slides on theory before we jump into something interesting. But this is an important chart that you need to understand. I don't know how many of you have seen this in the past. A project life cycle. Like everything in life, the project also follows a particular cycle. Okay? And it goes through different phases, irrespective of what you are executing as a project. It could be coming to college, it could be developing Windows 8, it could be development of a plane, spacecraft, anything you take into life, it goes through this cycle. Let's look at this. What I have on this chart is the. So you try to pull in, you try to see how many activities can be done in parallel, and this is what shows you overlapping phases. Okay, so these are three different broad types of projects that you will see in an industry, any industry you go. These are the three types of projects that you will see. Yeah.
When you carry out these projects in different phases, what is the point that it happens?
There are various factors which decide to what extent you can go in concurrent and to when you cannot. For example, let's say you are writing a software for external instrument interface, and somebody else is writing for let's say the characteristics of the applications. Now, there is a point, there is of course a hierarchy, and there is a point where you need to merge the two and test, and then you go forward on it. So those are the deciding points which you will define that till this point you can go in concurrent and beyond this you can. Was that your question?
How do you connect that
Okay, I'll show you that in the next. There are two tools where you use this, and these are the things that you discuss and decide how much I go and how much I don't. When do I go, when do I not? Where do I stop, where do I start? So there are tools where you apply, these tools that you apply to decide those times. But broadly, on this, these are the three kinds of projects that you typically see in your environment, work environment. That's all I wanted to talk about theory. Okay? No more textbook theory, no more theory. What we will talk now are some of the program management tools. There are many more than this. There are hundreds of tools in the market. But I picked these because these are what I use, or I have been using over the last 8 or 9 years in my profession as a program manager or project manager. I find that most of them use these. So I thought, let me expose you to these. If you read the textbook, you find many more tools which are just evolved to do the same things. We will not go through each of these, but let's go through the slides defining each of these. The first one is called the work breakdown structure. Okay. This is the first thing that you do with your team when you get into the planning phase of the project. The second phase. You define what you want to do, you got the charter signed off, and now you are starting to plan your project. This is your project. It could be anything. Okay? That's on the top. The end objective that you want to achieve will be on the top of the hierarchy. See, this is nothing but a hierarchical representation of the different areas or elements of executing or the strategy of executing the project. Somebody said following a systematic process. This is the systematic process of defining how you are going to go about achieving the end goal of your project. Whatever you have in your mind, you do forward